I started venturing off into recording when a company came in East St. Louis. It was called Shalimar Studios, and I worked with them. And I did a lot of recordings with Michael Johnson, the Johnson singer, also gospel artist Timothy Wright. I also recorded with him. And it's just been going on ever since then. So right now I've been trying to be like, going on with my own independent label, which I have been doing a lot of researches and everything, and everything is firing off pretty good now.
Okay, and Kerry, now you have played at some of the churches in our community. Name, just give a resume of some of the churches.
I've also played with y'all. I am a member of New Macedonia.
Amen.
Missionary Baptist Church. Also, I played with Cole's Temple. I played, man, I mean, the list go on. I don't want to.
Yeah, I understand.
And right, but I've been playing. I done played for at least, I know at least 20 churches around.
Right. And I just want people to know that you have a music resume.
Yes, sir.
And now, Kerry, now tell us about East Boogie City Productions. How did that get started?
East Boogie City started back in July of 1991. Back, I was staying in the projects. I was staying in the Griffin homes, and what happened was I just took my mom's apartment and just turned it into a studio in the kitchen. Turned the whole kitchen into a studio, and thank God my mom was understanding. She always supported me for that. But we used to have all the. I was one of the guys that first brought the disciples and the vice lords together in a unit to where they all just put down the knives and guns, and we all just got in my kitchen and recorded. Recorded a lot of young guys. I mean, I'm really my focus is at most of the street people, like the gangsters already want to be thugged out. Kind of give them a little bit, outlet to where they can do something a little different. So that's what I did. I brought the disciples and the vice lords together, and we created a little unit. And we just toured all around East St. Louis. It's been going. I never really made money from it, but it was just the fact that we all were just starting. I was like 19 years old.
Now, Kerry, when you say that in the kitchen, you turned your mama's kitchen into a recording studio.
Yes, it is.
Are we visualizing it like the movie Hustle and Flow? Where you put up the crate cartons to hold the sound and all of that. That means that you have a passion for music.
Exactly.
And you not only do you have the passion for music, but you have a passion to help others that has a passion for music.
Yes,
okay?
sir. Yes,
so tell us a little bit about what type of people are you looking for your label?
Well, I'm looking for serious people, not people that get started on a project and don't want to finish a project, because I'm pretty hard and tough when it comes to the studio. I don't cut no short lines. When I'm going to studio, it's all about business. And if you're not serious and you're not going to go the whole 9 yards, I don't want to, have no involvement. I'm looking for the most serious people who have a love, like you say, a passion for it. And you got to love it and have a passion for it to even put the time into it. A lot of cats want to go and make an album in an hour in the studio. With that, is not possible. Right. And I've known different artists out there like Michael Jackson and all them. And sometimes it takes them a year to finish an album. And people don't understand, you take your time and you finish, and you may leave it alone for a month, but you always come back to it and say, oh, you heard something different with that. And you take it and you twist it, that's all you have to do. That's what I'm looking for, the most serious people.
Right. Now, Kerry, some people can sing, some people can play music, and some people can write music.
Right.
Do you have to have all three of those gifts coupled to be a part of a project such as yours?
Well, I would say, yeah, I think you should be able to have some kind of mind of knowing how to write, but not necessarily, as long as you got a good voice. Because as me, as a producer, it's up to me to teach you and show you that you got a song built up on 3 stages. You got a song with a hook. You got to have a tight hook. I mean, if your hook not tight, then you don't have a song. And so a lot of people have to understand that. You got to get a hook first, then you turn around and you work down verses. And as a producer, if you're a real one, and you're going to show them how it goes, and they're going to get it right.
Okay. Now,
producer, you're going to show that person how to sing that song.
And I know Mr. Gardner is itching to get in on this and say some things, but I want to ask you, because we get calls all the time about people wanting to know, do you know anybody that I'm trying to get my project out there, I'm trying to get my music out there, do you know anybody that produced, do this? And we had a young man on the show a week or so ago, Young Takeover, Cortez Hood of Lock 'em Down Records,
right.
And behind that show we received quite a bit of calls, but I know that you do a lot, still do a lot in the gospel community.
Yes, I do.
So when a young man called me a couple of days ago and he wanted to know about, did I know anybody that produced gospel music and all of that. So talk a little bit about what it is, the type of individuals that you're looking for.
Well, I'm looking at least for 4 individuals, male or female, ranging 18 years nationwide, because right now my company basically is worldwide. So I'm getting my music sold over in Japan, I'm getting my music sold over in England, UK, gospel project, and I wanted to put it out. Hey, you name it, it's all over from California, Ohio. What I'm looking for is some real, just talented. I want the best singers. You always want the best of the best in order to make your project be successful.
Now, when people hear your music or when they go on your website and they see East Boogie City Productions, is that a turn off? Is that is there some biasness there? How do they perceive that?
Well, in the beginning, I'm glad you asked that. In the beginning, when I started East Boogie City Production, a lot of people told me, don't use that name, don't even represent East St. Louis. And my whole thing, I'm representing East St. Louis. And I've been told so many times, that's why you ain't gonna make it, that's why you're using it, because you keep using that East St. Louis name. And basically what I'm trying to get people to understand, it ain't about what people think, it's about what you think about what you're trying to do. So I had to stick with my goal. And East Boogie City is basically, they call this East St. Louis, is East Boogie City to me.
That's what we've been calling it.
And I love my hometown, and I'm going to keep on representing East St. Louis, and I'm not going to change my name at all.
Website. Talk a little bit about your website.
My website is www.eastboogiecity.com. It's been up for about a couple of years now. And it's just where you can go in, where I got 5 different artists on my label. I got one guy named James Warfield Jr. Got a new jazz album called Straight On. You can go on the internet on www.eastboogiecity.com and listen to that. I also got a group on there called Natural Blend with DJ. You all know them. Natural Blend. They on there also. I also have a young man, T-Bone. He's a rapper.